Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the RoBuilder YouTube channel. Today we're continuing our series on how to build shops in certain themes. Up next was supposed to be Future, but I'm not confident at all with the idea that I have for it. So I got this image off of Google and I want to do something like this style. I've never made any sort of a sci-fi style building like this. I know there's like a certain subset community that's so good at this style and literally only does this style, but I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to that, and I want to also keep it very, very low poly and make it match the game, a very cute theme. So we're gonna skip Future for today because I still have a bit to learn, and we're gonna go on to this Japan themed shop. Okay, so I have a couple reference images popped up. I'm gonna have to hop into Blender first and make a little asset pack that I'll be able to place around here. And I think within that asset pack, we're gonna have a, I think it's pronounced security, something like that. Some sort of lanterns, and then that like red arch thing that is always, yeah. And also some sort of a pond with rocks, because I'm sure that's gonna be needed as well. And maybe a little building, like the back of this one could actually be a building. But if I do that, I'll probably make it in studio. So I'll check in with you guys with a little update. I think I'll actually build the building first in studio. So let me do that. Alright guys, so I kind of have a little bit of an outline built here. And by no means are you like going to be able to go up here and, you know, walk around in here and stuff. Because that's just not how the game would work. And I'll be surprised if you can fit up there once, you know, you're flying. So yeah, here's what I got so far. I think I want to maybe grab this color and make this something like this, and then we'll drag this in on all sides and kind of put a border around it. That might look kind of cool. And I'm not sure exactly what else. I'm just trying to finish this shop, like, well, this little building, and then Blender will come in and we can actually decorate it and make it look all like super nice and vibey, I guess. I don't really know what descriptive word to use or anything. But I do want to grab these, and I'm going to move them back some. We're going to put one like here and one like here. Something like that. And then I'm going to build a roof for this thing, and we'll call it done with that. And then I'll probably show you guys that, and then hop into Blender and start making some fun stuff. Because I genuinely am not a fan of building in studio that much anymore, but I think it'll be better if I build it to scale in studio than import it in studio from Blender, not having any scale, I guess. Alright, so I think the baseline of the shop is done. Like, well, this little background building. Once again, it's not really meant to be anything but another decoration, but I can't really think of a way that it would be an asset, if that makes sense. So, like, making it in Blender doesn't quite make too much sense to me, but here it is. I think it looks pretty cool. Let's make the top here up, just to avoid, like, looking like it's one straight line across, and I think that looks pretty cool. Now, when I build a lantern, I'll probably put some of that up here. I gotta build little bushes to put, like, in these and make more flower stands around, and then, of course, a nice, like, a Sahara tree? I don't even know what it's called, guys. And this definitely doesn't need to be gray. This should be green as well. And I think we could take this texture and throw it over here as well, just to add a little bit more of that detail. And I used this texture on the windows because I think it looks pretty good and matches the style I'm going for. I did make the texture way less transparent, and then the back of it neon, and then turned the transparency of that neon part down as well, so it's not like literally glowing and hurting your eyes. But now we're gonna hop into Blender, make probably like some icosphere type bushes, definitely need some rocks, and the Sahara tree. And I think that's about it. Maybe a pond of some sort, but we might do that in studio. Alright guys, so first things first, I want to make a Sahara tree, but I want it to be very, very cartoony and just a really cool tree. So how I plan on doing this, I think I want to use cubes as well for the leaves, but beveled cubes, I think that would look pretty good. Let's go ahead and spawn in a cube, go to edit mode, be in vertices, select M at center, and we're going to kind of do control right click to oh gosh, this is a bad start, by the way, because I want really nice like bends and stuff. So we're gonna go like this and just kind of like section out our tree, I guess. This is very long, a very long tree. That might be a little too long, guys. Let me redo that. But I'm just going to kind of draw it out with vertices, add a skin modifier, and probably a subdivision surface modifier. And that should give us a pretty cool looking tree. So let's go ahead. We're going to make this one pretty straight. And then let's go down a little bit and then back up. And then from this one, let's make another branch that kind of goes out this way a little bit. Goes way back over this way. Maybe cut it down. And then brings it back up. Something like this. I know it looks crazy right now, guys. But I think it'll work out, okay? I think it'll work out. Let's grab our proportional editing and kind of just try to move some of this around. So it's not just a straight tree. We definitely want to have a little bit of playfulness in it. I don't know if that would be the right word at all to use, by the way. So let's try something like this. I have no idea, guys. And I think I want one more. We'll just kind of extrude this one and have it coming forward. All right, guys, this definitely looks absolutely ridiculous, but let's see if it works out. So we're going to start with our skin modifier, which is going to give us this. All right. And we're going to grab our end vertices on each tip first and do Control A and scale those down like so. I'm going to grab this bottom one and scale it up. And I do have proportional editing on, so it is affecting the next ones as well, which is very, very nice. Make this up. Maybe right here, we'll bring that a little down. And then up here somewhere, we're going to need to come down and here. So something like that. As you can see, we're kind of getting a nice tree shape. We'll bring this down a little bit, something like that. I think that looks pretty all right. So after that, we're going to add another one called subdivision surface, and that's going to give us more of that rounded look. So if we were to shade smooth on this, well, I guess I'll have to apply them first. Let's see. Do I like this? Do I like this tree? I think I want to grab this and drag it down some, as well as this. And maybe this can come... I genuinely don't know what I'm doing. I just want it to look cool at the end of the day. All right, let's go with something like that. Now, we do need actually more branches on this. Nothing too crazy, but just something. So I'm going to go into our wireframe view, and that's going to let us see the actual individual vertices. And I'm just going to extrude some out just like this, and I'll fix them up after I get done. So we'll extrude this guy out. Definitely one up here can come out, something like that. And then we'll do one at the end up here, and maybe even one right here that can go kind of towards the back. Now let's go back into our solid view, and as you can see, our tree looks a little messed up. So we're gonna have to fix him up just a little bit. We probably should make this 2, since it's quite massive. Like, it's at the base of the tree, so something like that should work. And then this inner vertice can definitely be scaled down a little bit. Something like that. Right here definitely needs to be scaled back. And this inner one scaled back for sure. Something like that. Same here. All right. And then this one here, what do I want to do with that? Maybe it'll just be like down here. Just how it is. But scale it in some. Bring it up. Maybe have like one bend. Something like this. And then thicken it a little bit. Yeah. And then we'll fix this guy up a little bit. All right. So I think something like this for our tree itself. Maybe one more over this way? No, that might be a little much because we are still putting leaves on it. So let's go ahead and apply everything. And then shade smooth. Make sure we have auto smooth on as well. All right. Now, a lot of people don't like this look of being able to see like the cylinders. I kind of do, because it makes it just have that much more sort of like texture. So I'm not too mad at it, okay? I am going to grab this base, scale it up, and drag it down a little bit, just so it's very easy to put it underneath the ground. I think that's pretty important. And now we're going to make our leaves, which I plan on just doing cubes for, actually, with a bevel on the sides. So like really soft kind of cubes, something like this. Shade smooth, auto smooth, and I think that's just going to look really good for what I'm trying to do. I'm also going to place these on here in Studio, so this is all I really need for the tree. Let's go ahead and move those to the side and start working on whatever the next asset is about to be. All right, I'm going to do a little like pillar lanterns, okay? I just looked up a reference photo, and I think these are going to be a good idea. So let's go ahead. Why is it scaling way over? Oh, is this part? Well, hello? Okay, there we go. Let's scale this down a little bit. Get out of proportional editing because I don't feel like we need that. Face select, we're going to drag this up, scale it in. And then we're going to do ES to scale this out. Make a little spot right here. Inset, we're going to extrude this up, scale it out once again. ES, do the same thing we did on the bottom. Something like that. Scale this way in. Inset a little bit. And we'll just put a little top on. Something like that. Very, very simple lantern shape. Now I'm going to grab each side. My dogs are going nuts, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. Press I twice to inset. And then just scale them in a little bit. Something like that. Now, based on how big this is, I think the lantern should probably be bigger. And Japanese has a bit more style. So let's scale this in a little bit. Just add a little pizzazz to it, you know? And I want to do one more loop cut towards the bottom and scale that in quite a bit as well. So we just have a little more style. I'm going to grab these faces and make them their own selection so I can color them separately in Studio. And the bottom of this should go up because it's a bit too tall, I think, based on the size of the lantern. So maybe something like this, add a loop cut, and then extrude these faces down here. Sure, something like that'll work. Make that its own selection. And I think this looks pretty good. I'm debating if I want to texture them in Blender or wait for Studio. So I'll let you know on that one in a second. Up next, we need one of those things. I don't know what they're called, but I do know that we need them. So it's like the little archway that you see in like everything. Let me turn this down to like 16 sides because I do think this is going to be rather smooth. Scale this in, top face, drag it down, and I think I'm just going to do inset, scale up, inset, scale up, and then scale the whole thing, something like this, and then ES, extrude, ES, extrude. So something like this. That top one might be a little big, but we'll see. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this, like that. There we go. Something like that. And then we need 2 of those pillars, so I'll do Shift D, drag one over this way, maybe like, I don't know, right here, I guess. Feel like they should be a bit taller. Something like this. I can always scale it separately in Studio. And then we need like wood blocks, something along these lines. I'm not exactly sure. And then there's another one on the top that's a little bit bigger, so SY, and I think we're gonna add a loop cut in this one. We'll do 2 like this. All right, something like that, guys. I don't think there's any curves in this one, so let me finish this model and then get back to you guys, because I think it's gonna take me a few minutes to kind of get it all right. Alright guys, we're back from Blender, and I did decide to go ahead and texture it within Blender so we could have some cool gradients going on. So here's how this thing turned out. I have a love-hate relationship with it because it kind of looks cool, but it kind of looks horrible at the same time. And I have a cool idea for how I'm going to set this shop up. So let's hold shift and make this, I could drag this side down as well and make it just like this actually. And then on the other side, it will be different. So we should probably actually do this on this side, and then on this side, we'll do what we were going to do on this side, because a walkway, maybe. I don't really know, guys. I don't really know. Let me go ahead. We'll put this right here. Cool, cool. And then we will get this wall and move it to the other side as well. Something like this, and now we're going to grab these parts and scale them back so they're not overlapping with the other wall. And I don't think they overly need to line up with each pillar because this just gives it more variation. So something like this, and then I will move this to the center of this wall. So we have something like that, and we can have a path coming out this way. I'm not sure exactly what we'll do with right there. Now this side, I want to do some sort of rock waterfall that goes into a pond because that's in like every build. And I also want to do a couple grass and dirt patches. So I'm going to add those in, try to get a cool little layout going on. But I think so far, we're doing pretty good. In fact, let me grab another one of these, kind of turn it sideways and scale it down quite a bit. Something like this. And we could make a walkway that'll kind of come in, go through this, and then go to the steps maybe. I'm not exactly sure how I want to do that. I will, however, turn Can Collide off, make sure it's anchored as well. And we might as well put one kind of in the back over here, just because if people see these, it literally symbolizes what the shop is about to be, like what the theme is. So we'll put that over there. These trees, oh gosh, dude, they're massive. So I have no idea how I want to run this. Definitely one of them up front, just because, bro, they look awesome. And I don't know if these zones are going to be decorated with the same theme as the shops. They probably will. So we can use some over there as well. But how do I want to do this? We can scale this down and drag it up. Put it like right here, I guess. Because why not? I know it can't block the entirety of the shop. We still have to be able to, like, you know, come in and everything like that. And then we'll do one more sort of over here, I guess. I should have made like other variants because I would love to have this stretched down like this. I guess I could do that. And I'll just have to reposition all of these. All right, something like that. Now I need to kind of figure out where I'm going to put the pond. I think it's going to go somewhere over here. And some sort of a rock waterfall I think would look really sick. All right, guys. So here's what I end up with. I think it's at least good for now. I do want to add something to it, but I genuinely have no idea what at this point in time, so I don't want to like overcrowd it either. Let me go ahead and anchor this, get it all organized, and then check it out. All right, guys, all organized and ready to go. Look at this. At first, I had these kind of going all the way out to here, up to here, everything like that, but it just looked like a little bit too much little parts, really. So deleted most of those, just put them right here. Got lanterns kind of all over the place. They do have a little bit of a light in them, as you can see, projected onto the ground, and that won't be too much of any difference for you guys unless there's a day-night cycle in the game, and I'm not sure if there will or won't be yet. There might be. We'll just leave it at that. But guys, that is the Japan-themed shop. If you did enjoy and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.